Back again, my friends. This is Shady of Shady Horror, back with another random review and a random rewatch this time. But before I hop into this one, let me tell you about Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey from this year, 2023. It is put out by ITN Distribution, which is a company that I have some of their releases. Sometimes they show up in Dollar Trees or whatever. But yeah, I enjoyed this one more than I thought I would. I had met up with a couple friends at the theater last night, and as far as I know, that is the only showing in my area. So I met them at the theater. The theater was like three quarters full. There was a younger crowd to an older crowd. It was a nice mix of people. And this was a straight up brutal, gory slasher with some dope kills. So yeah, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. If it's in a theater near you, check it out. It's Winnie the Pooh meets Texas Chainsaw Massacre meets The Strangers. Just the right amount of cheesiness and lots of good gore, mostly practical effects, solid kills, and the set design is great, and the overall look of the film was gritty, grisly, and on point. It was a fun time. So everybody, if it's playing in a theater near you, I would recommend checking out Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. All right, getting into this one. Now, after watching that one last night, a slasher that kind of surprised me, that was better than I thought it would be, that I enjoyed more. I thought I'd rewatch this one from some years back. This is one I have seen at least one time before. And this one was one that had surprised me back then. So for some reason, I was like, let me go ahead and check out Fender Bender from the year 2016. This is put out by good old Scream Factory. So let's get into the synopsis of this. He stalks the streets, remorseless, brutal, bloodthirsty. When his prey is at its most vulnerable, he appears. And when night falls and all is quiet, he strikes. Prepare for the next driving force in horror, Fender Bender. 17-year-old Hillary has just received her driver's license, only to have her first accident shortly thereafter. Innocently exchanging her personal information with the remorseful stranger behind the wheel, Hillary returns home for a quiet evening with friends. But when the man to whom she so readily handed all of her information reveals himself to be something much darker and sinister than she could imagine, Hillary finds herself in a head-on collision with terror. From writer-director Mark Pavia, who also did Stephen King's The Night Flyer, which is a great movie, underrated. Highly recommend checking out that one as well. I have the VHS. I'm going to have to give that a rewatch sometime as well. Gives me an idea for something else, actually. Fender Bender is an intense crash and slash thriller that brings you back to a time when the boxes on the shelf at your local video store beckoned you with masked, knife-wielding maniacs and a twisted sense of morals. Some cool special features on here. Now, as I did say, this is a rewatch and a first time watch also, because I checked out the retro VHS cut of this film. Yes, there's a retro VHS cut. This cut even has a retro style intro and vibe to it. The film on that particular cut is gritty, just like an old school VHS. It completely captures that tone and gave this flick an old school, grittier, grimier feel to it. It's awesome. Okay. A great opening scene in this movie, super creepy, effective, and it sets the tone instantly. The VHS cut that I watched really does feel like a VHS and a throwback. It's the grit and grime. The look of the killer himself is badass. A sick ass mask, sick ass outfit, and a badass blade as well. This movie has a good premise, good direction, good unknown cast. I'm sure they went on to do other things, but like I didn't recognize anybody really off the bat. And good creepiness. It even has the sound of that VHS crackle in the background on the retro VHS cut. It's cool. This is set in my home state. At least it throws back to my home state. The guy has Colorado plates, my home state being Colorado, of course. But this is actually filmed in New Mexico, and you see how the story will tie that up, the different locations and everything. I really like the way this story plays out as well. This is a B movie that's done well. It's a quiet, creepy film, but yet it really amps up also. And I extremely like this one when I first seen it, and I freaking like it now. I enjoyed it a lot on this viewing. That retro cut, VHS style retro cut is dope. It is effective. This is a bit underrated and a dope release as well with the reversible cover. Both covers are sick, by the way. I have it on this one. But yeah, this is from good old Scream Factory. What's cool on here as well is I spent a lot of time watching the special features. As I said, I watched that cool VHS retro cut this time. And there is a bunch of old school slashback trailers on here. So I spent a lot of time watching many trailers. I mean, there's a bunch of trailers they have on here. And most of them I've seen, but yet there's some slashers in there that I haven't seen. So I'm like, let me add that to the list to check out. Um, have a lot of fun with Fender Bender. Like I said, this one is underrated to me. I love it. I've been having a lot of fun going back through my collection. Sometimes a person gets a little burnt out on the movie viewing, but I am back at it, going through this collection. This was a rewatch today, but yet it was kind of like a first time viewing, as I said, because it was that retro VHS style cut. And I'm just loving going through the collection here. It's like I appreciate all the collection I have. I appreciate all the movies I've seen. I appreciate all you guys that watch my videos. And I'm going to show you how much, I appreciate y'all by recommending some different movies. Maybe you guys have seen these. Feel free to comment or anything anytime if it's a movie that you like. You can also follow me on Instagram. I go by Shady Horror on there. I'm just getting that love back again for these horror flicks and my entire collection. I've been hitting these goals. I built the collection that I've always wanted, the movie room I always wanted. If you haven't checked that out, go to previous videos and check out all my collection videos. Maybe sometime later this year I could do a room tour or something like that. But I just have the passion for my good old horror flicks again. I mean, I always have, but you know how it is sometimes where you take a little break, come back, take a little break, come back. And yeah, I had a blast with this. I loved it. Accidents happen. Pray they don't. Great director here. Also, check out his film, The Night Flyer. So, yeah, I hope everybody's doing good. Well, I'm going to try to continue to bring you guys some random reviews. Have fun. Enjoy your collection. Build up your collection. I'm going through my collection right now, just enjoying these goals I've hit and the movies I've accumulated over the years. Just really enjoying these. And just the passion I have for horror flicks is back, sturdy, steady. Not that it ever went anywhere, but yeah, I love this shit, y'all. And I know you do too. Today, it was Fender Bender.